Today, we will be learning how to collect a water sample from your home using multiple bottles. We want to ensure you are collecting your samples properly so your water provider can better identify any potential sources of lead contamination in your home's plumbing. By collecting a first draw sample, your water provider can get an idea of which contaminants might be at your faucet or tap plumbing. And by collecting additional volume or time flush samples, your water provider can get an idea of what contaminants might be further away from your faucet, closer to your home's service line. First, pick a faucet that your household regularly drinks, cooks, or consumes water from. The best faucets to test are your kitchen or commonly used bathroom faucet. Do not test a faucet not used for consumption, like a basement utility sink or an outside spigot. Before you collect your water sample, please make sure you have not used any water in your home for a minimum of 6 hours. This includes taking a shower, washing dishes, or even flushing the toilet. We suggest collecting your sample first thing in the morning before anyone else wakes up, or upon returning home from work if no one is at home during the day. You also need to remove any point-of-use filters at the faucet where you are collecting your sample. Some examples of these could be mounted filters, water softeners, or reverse osmosis systems. We want to bypass these filtration systems to ensure we have an accurate representation of the water that comes directly into your home from the service line. You do not need to remove the aerator, the little screen at the tip of your faucet, prior to collection. Once you have not used any water for at least 6 hours, identified where you will collect your sample, and removed any filtration devices, you are ready to collect your water sample. Remember, you will be collecting all samples from the same faucet. The Blue 120 water testing kit that was sent to your home includes multiple bottles. Please remove all bottles from the box and place them in order, starting at bottle 1 on your counter. Your testing kit may include 2 or 3, in special cases more, bottles to collect water samples. Please be sure to follow the written instructions included on your testing kit to determine the exact time or volume to flush between samples. Often, you will need to collect a first draw sample, meaning that the moment you turn on the faucet, the first bottle needs to be under the faucet. In addition to the written sampling instructions, a chain of custody form and a prepaid return shipping label are also included in your testing kit. Please set these documents aside while you prepare to collect your sample. Remove the caps from the bottles. Be sure you have all bottles laid out in order and ready to go. It is important to have all bottles ready because you will not be turning off your water once you start to fill up bottle number 1. Place the bottle labeled number 1 under your faucet. Once you turn your faucet on to fill bottle number 1, you should not turn off your water until all bottles have been filled. With bottle number 1 under the faucet, please turn on your cold water tap and fill the bottle. Without turning the water off, immediately start your timer according to your instructions for the remaining samples, and fill up the next bottles at the indicated times. Turn off your faucet when all bottles are filled. Tightly screw the caps onto all bottles, making sure they do not spill. In our example, we are collecting 3 samples: 1 first draw sample, a 1-minute flush sample, and a 5-minute flush sample. Be sure to double check your water testing kit, as instructions and sampling protocol may differ based on the goals of your water provider. Place all bottles back in the box, starting at bottle 1 on the left. The final step in your collection process is to fill out the included chain of custody form that was included in the box. This form helps the lab and 120 Water verify where the collected samples came from and that they were collected under the appropriate conditions. The chain of custody is required for us to move forward with testing your water sample. Make sure to fill out all areas of the form completely and sign to validate that you collected the water sample for your household. Note that we will verify that the minimum 6 hours with no water use has been met. These fields are called water last used and sample collected, where you will write in the date and time the water was last used and the date and time you collected your sample. Once you have filled out the chain of custody form, place it inside your box and find the prepaid return shipping label. Close the box, double checking you have all bottles and the chain of custody form included. Now, adhere the prepaid return shipping label to the outside of the testing kit. Now you're ready to send your collected sample to the lab for testing. The easiest way to return your sample is to drop off the testing kit at your local post office. If you're in an area where your mail person will pick up packages and send them out for you, you may leave the box on your doorstep for them to grab. It is important that you return the testing kit within 3 days of sample collection so the lab and 120 Water can take appropriate steps to test your sample accurately. The lab must discard or cancel any sample that does not arrive to them within 14 days. Thank you for taking the time to ensure your household has safe, clean, and reliable water quality. We hope this instructional video was helpful. Testing your water is the first step for you and your family to know what you might be drinking, and just one of the many steps you can take to keep your family safe and healthy. For more information, please visit our website 120water.com.